Hey Aries, welcome to Divine Duality Tarot. My name is TJ. It is May and I have a love reading for you. What I'm going to try to do is get a good idea of what's going on between you and your romantic interest, whoever this person may be. That way we can kind of get a good idea of what's going on so you have some forewarning rather than no warning at all. That is my favorite phrase. I swear it works. I do a pretty simple spread here. I just try to get an idea of your energy and then get a good idea of your partner, whoever this person is, your interest, whatever this person is to you. Get a good idea of their energy for this. I'm seeing a lot of ums today. I feel like I'm ordering at, I just did it again. I feel like I'm ordering at a restaurant. And then, now that I have their energy, your energy, I then do the point of contention. Why does this energy exist? Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start with you, Aries. We'll go over what this means and get a good idea what's going on with you. You have the Ten of Pentacles, which is wealth. Wealth in the physical world. This can mean anything from money, usually money, unfortunately. Money's so important. Anything from money to like your possessions. It could be your home, your pet, your favorite piece of paper, a possession, something that is yours. It can also be your own flesh and blood, because we do exist in this glorious, wonderful physical world. You also have Three of Wands, which is expansion and growth of willpower. This is somebody who is building up the energy, building up the motivation, and actively acting on it to build for the future. What this is showing me, Aries, this energy is all about planning and beginning hard work to build up your assets, to build up your financials. Now, if you've watched it before, you're gonna know what I'm gonna say. If you haven't, I don't do financial readings. I've tried a couple times. It was a devastating defeat. I did not get exactly what I was looking at. But money has the most uncanny effect of making our moods different, okay? Work, especially. We spend on average 8 hours a day at work. There's only 24 hours in a day. You spend a third of your day not with your family, not with this romantic interest. And normally we sleep 8 hours a day. So 2/3 of your day is not actively with this person, all right? So what you have is this weird dynamic where if you have a good day at work, you bring that energy home, all right? Actually, I'm gonna trade places. When your partner or a parent or anybody comes home from work and they've had a bad day, no matter how hard they try, they bring that negative energy with them, all right? And what does that do? It makes them a bummer. It makes it very difficult to want to pay attention to them. When you're doing good, you bring happiness home. This is building that happiness. So you, Aries, are actively looking for ways to build more happiness by making your financial situation better. In doing so, you can bring others up with you, because if you have positive energy, it radiates. If you have negative energy, it drags everybody down. Okay? Does that sound about right for you? Let's talk about your partner. They have major energy. They have strength. This is it is what it is. It's confidence in action. It's being bold in your action. It's standing tall, and what they say is what they mean, and they feel it. Strength can be good, strength can be bad. In this case, their strength is coming from the sun. The sun is the happiest place possible. This is somebody who is content, somebody who has finished a cycle in a good way. It's reconciliation. It's finalizing a phase in a good way. So this person is in a good spot. Emotionally, energetically, they are not in a bad place. So we have you, who is stable, Aries, who's working to make things better, and you have a partner who is strong and by your side. Sounds like a great thing, right? But I drew another question, which is, what is the point of interest? I'm so let's go over this real quick first. You have a 10 of Wands, which is burden, which is being overwhelmed in general, all right? And then you have the 4 of Cups, which is apathy, which is not really caring about the emotions that you're being offered. Aries, this is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. This is more so... Okay. What I don't want to do is make anything sound like it's your fault, all right? Aries, I'm an Aries too. I'm in this boat with you. You have good intentions, but those intentions are stemming from burden, from a lack of not being content with what you have right now. This person, they are also not content with how you are. So this person, while they're being happy, while they're being strong, they're not giving you the support that you need. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying that you're struggling, Aries, but what I am saying is, you know there's an issue. They're not seeing it. Is this person not matching your ethic? Do they not have the same ultimate goal? Or is their goal a little higher than what you know you can attain? Because that's what this is. There is an issue with the goal, with the centerpiece of where you're going. You're building in one direction. They're happy with where they're at. And there's success, but you want more success. Do they even know what success is to you? And if they're not communicating that, how are you supposed to know what success is to them? If they're being happy and just saying, hey, everything's great, I'm great, we're doing great, okay, but I just asked you a question. I need you to help me understand what's going on here. What is your side of it? So you have somebody who's walking on sunshine and more or less just ignoring the situation that you have right now. This person is too happy to care, which has put you in an interesting position because you know there's an issue that you're trying to build from. That sound about right? This is the everything will be all right, we're good, we're good, we're good. And then there's you, yeah, I know everything's gonna be all right, but I wanna make it even better. So it's like, are you the only one taking it seriously? So I'm gonna ask a couple questions. These are gonna be blanket questions, and the extreme of each side, okay? First one, you continue to focus on going forward. What happens if things stay the same, where you're the one building and they're just like, everything is awesome and cool and great? Things continue as is, which is you moving forward and them not really moving forward. Whew. Now, what happens if you don't do anything? You fall into that peaceful bliss that they have. You stop moving forward. You just accept that what is what is. Man, this one's like all about money. So the first question, things continue as is. No change, no deviation. We're going to pretend that you never watched this video, you never got the information that I'm giving you here. You just continued on with no forewarning. You have your Three of Pentacles, which is success in the physical world. You will continue and things will get better. If your plan is to start working overtime, you're going to get more money. You will benefit. But then you have death. Death is a drastic change. It's a powerful end and a new beginning. The end of one cycle, the beginning of another. All right? Death can be bad, but death also brings new. Death isn't the end, it's the major beginning of something else. And then you have the Ace of Swords, which is new ideas, new truths. If things don't change, you will find success, but this relationship is this phase of the relationship will end. And that will lead to them discovering new truths. This strength, this energy that they have, it will end. And you guys will be in a completely different dynamic. More than likely, if this is you going to work more, just as a basic example, if you're already working, a third of your day, and you decide to do 2-4 hours of overtime every day, now you have 8 hours with that person. If you cut that in half, now you are only seeing them, only having the opportunity to be around them for 4 hours a day. That will change their mood. They will not see you as often. They may not be as excited to see you, or they may be more excited to see you. But what that will do is completely change that dynamic, okay? Which is going to cause a new truth to arise. This will be the new status quo. For better or worse, yet to be seen. But there is the potential for success. There is the potential for heartache when you're not seeing this person as much. All right? Meaning, this may not end. This may actually get worse. Because if you're focusing too much on work and they think that you are abandoning them, if they have more of a needy personality, this may be it. This may amplify it and make them think that you don't care. Even though you do. Aries, you are doing this to win. You are doing this to succeed. But if things don't change at all, it may actually be worse. If you slow down, okay? You don't necessarily have to 100% match, but if you slow down and kind of get back into their scope, You have the Four of Pentacles, which is stability. Things are stable. They won't get better, but they won't get worse. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is generosity, dependability. You can depend on things to stay the same. You can depend on things. You can depend on them. You can depend on being able to get what you need. But the generosity will not be something that you can afford. This is you moving toward a stability that is not necessarily ahead of the curve. And then you have this King of Pentacles, which is stability and understanding in the physical world. If you slow down, be in their scope, more or less you are starting to fall in line with them. Things will still be okay. Things won't really get better. And eventually you'll fall in line and that'll be the status quo. You will understand that that is where it's at. Meaning that the drive that you have will fade off. It will fade away, and this energy that you have of wanting to make things better is going to end. A new status quo will be there. Now, there's a couple interesting. This is now me and you talking. This is my opinion on it. You have an interesting couple choices here. You can always find a third choice. This is always up to you, Aries. You are powerful, you are strong, you are independent, you are you. If you drop down to meet them, you'll still be able to bask in their happiness because they are truly okay with how things are. They don't require that additional push. They're not leaning on you to do better. It's not like they don't want to succeed, but their success is a different level. You could always take a step back and see and communicate with them. What do you see success as? And they might talk to you and say, hey, we're already living above our means. I'm happy. Let's just enjoy what we have. That may not be bad. For your particular situation, that may not be a bad thing. What may be happening is you have this motivation, you have this drive, they're not meeting you, so it feels like they don't really care. From what this is saying, they don't, and you know that. That is going on with you. But if you slow it down and meet them, it might not be as bad as you think. This is something that you're going to have to do a lot of soul searching on, do some research, find out, are you still moving forward? You also have this option. Slow down a little bit, but understand that you're on your own with this. But try to still bask in their happiness. Use their strength to motivate you. And instead of 2 to 4 hours of overtime, maybe just 1 hour. You'll still move ahead, and you won't be cutting into that as much. Those are the two real options that I can think of that will still benefit. You know, there's always other options that are very negative, like just leave them. I wouldn't do that. That doesn't seem like a very prudent move. But, you know, there are other options, but the two best options I can think of is either bask in their light and just go with them, or still keep your drive, still keep your motivation, understand that they do not match your energy. They do not understand. They do not have those same desires. So meet them halfway. Work a little harder, do a little more, but way less than what you're planning on. Lower your bar a little bit, depending on where your bar's at. If you are swimming in debt right now, you may just have to say, screw it, I got to do what I got to do. But if you really are living in a stable environment and you just want to continue to push and get better, do it in baby steps. Those are the best options, the best advice I can personally give you from what I'm seeing here. But not to take up any more time with my rambling here. Aries, I do appreciate you sticking through the video, listening to all I have to say with the messaging here. It really does mean a lot that you chose to spend time, listening to me talk, and brings joy to my heart knowing that I didn't just talk to the wall. So with that, Aries, I'll catch you next time.